Okay, welcome to today's video. We're going to make some beetroot pesto pasta. So this is such a tasty recipe, and normally we have the treat of going collecting the veg in our veg shop, but today we have the absolute pleasure of going rummaging around our farm, looking for fresh veg, getting our hands dirty, getting stuck in the soil. It just feels so good, and I always come to the farm like busy things to do, and then I arrive and suddenly it's like, okay, beetroot, we're gonna make a beetroot pesto, not typically what you'd expect with a pesto typically basil based, but it goes incredibly well. Super vibrant pink. We're gonna go pick the beetroots. Beetroot, most people don't realize, are the sweetest of all veg, because if you think about it, most sugar in the UK and Ireland used to come from the sugar beetroot, and although they're not necessarily, direct correlation, they're in the same group. So it's a root veg. We're gonna use the root, and also you can steam the greens, a great source of nutrients.
So just to be really clear, you do not need a farm to cook this video. You can use vac-packed beetroot if you want. However, if you can get yourself fresh beetroot, by roasting, you're going to accentuate the sweetness. You're going to have a brighter, more vibrant color, and it just tastes better. But vac-packed beetroot is fine too. So take your beetroot, give it a good clean in the sink, really try to get as much soil as possible. Take the greens and leave them aside. You can use these, we're going to serve them with this dish just as a side, just so they don't go to waste. So take the bottom bit and the top bit off, just they can be a little bit like a kind of a rodent's tail, which we don't want. They'll compost great. Chop them in half and a quarter. If you do want them to roast quicker, just chop them a little bit smaller. Just get a bit of salt on them. Even if you get salt to the edges, it'll just help them crisp up. Don't worry, you're not wasting it. Nice little glug of oil. We've preheated the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. We're gonna bake these for around 20 to 30 minutes until they're soft, they're crispy, and they're just ready to go. Anyone who's started a farm will be aware that starting a farm is expensive. So if you'd like to support our farm ventures, our new book is out, and this recipe is from our new book called The Veg Box, where we take the 10 most common veg and 10 most wasted veg, cook them with 10 ingredients or less in 10 ways. So here we go. So beetroot's cooked, and how you'll know the beetroot is ready is if you take a fork and just pierce it, it should go in really nice and easily. Boom, ready to go. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just toast our pine nuts, take a wide bottom pan, put it on medium heat, and take our pine nuts. We have 130 grams. If you're allergic to nuts, you could use sunflower seeds. So for your frozen peas, just pour a bit of boiling water over just to thaw them. Okay, pine nuts, it might seem like a little step, but as you know with cooking, it's a game of little details. So just by toasting it, you're gonna bring kind of a little bit more flavor, some of those roasted flavors in there. So pop them into our food processor. Okay, next we have our beetroot. I'm able to hold the tray because it's just cooled down. So in it goes. Don't worry if it's big chunks, the food processor will break it down. I'll try to get all the little bits. I've got 1.5 cloves of garlic. If your food processor isn't that good, just chop it up. This one's great, so we're all good. I have 150 ml of a neutral tasting oil. So typically cheaper oils are more neutral tasting. And if you want to make it lower in fat, go half water, half oil. So if you want to make it lower in fat, go 75 ml water, 75 ml oil. However, we're going to have a party. We're going 150 ml of oil. 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar just to bring a bit of acid. And I've got 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using a coarse sea salt, so if you're using a fine sea salt, only put half a teaspoon. Okay, lid on and just blend until smooth. Okay, so I left a few chunks in it just so it just doesn't look like a pink salt. There's a bit of body to it. So we have cooked 400 grams of pasta. We're using a wholemeal spaghetti just because it's higher in fiber. Use whatever pasta you like. So we just drained and rinsed it, and it goes into the pan. Oh, I love this sauce, I love this sauce, I love this sauce. The color of this is incredible and it smells so good. I've just drained and rinsed the peas. Typically I'll put half them through it and leave half them just to go on top of each plate, because as you mix through, the colors do bleed a little bit. And finally, just to finish it, I took some of the beetroot greens and we just boil them with the salt and just rip them up and just put them through. Again, it's just gonna add more color. Okay, smells amazing, looks fabulous. We're gonna go with a little baby blue plate. Okay, the idea of beetroot pesto pasta, and we literally make tons of pesto a week, might seem far-fetched, but it is magnificent. Like, look at that. Flavors are wonderful. Wow. Really, really. There you are, genuinely one of my favorite pastos. Thanks for watching this. If you do want more recipes like this, check out our book, The Veg Box. It's so cool. I think it's the most practical book yet. Thanks a mil for watching. Thanks for being part of this channel. If you're interested, click subscribe. We love this. We love you. I say we because I'm an identical twin and I know I'm here on my own, but I love you. There you are. Anyway, lots of love. Bye.